Dear all, welcome. Welcome to Swinburne University. Welcome to the Australian Graduate School of Entrepreneurship. Welcome to the Masters of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And of course, welcome to the Venture Planning Unit, which this time is delivered at Pitcher Partners. For the ones who don't know me, my name is Dr. Dimitrios Salampasis, and I will be the convener and lecturer of this unit. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for deciding to join us in this, I would say, challenging but at the same time very rewarding learning and educational journey, which is going to be a lot around experiences, a lot about theory, practice, bringing new insights and bringing also different trends when it comes to planning for a new or existing venture. Strategic planning is very critical when it comes to creating a new venture, starting a new business, starting a new project, and embarking in something new. There are lots of details that need to be taken into consideration, into account. You need to be fully aware of your internal and external environment. You need to know exactly what you are dealing with, what kind of opportunities and values and approaches you're making, what kind of methods you're using, and all of them grounded within the latest trends within entrepreneurial venture and entrepreneurial planning. So this is the framework and this is the actual environment that we will be dealing with in this particular unit. So basically we're linking what happens in previous units around opportunity discovery, opportunity evaluation, feasibility analysis, and taking into a deep dive towards business modeling and business planning. Our first block is going to start with the lean principles and hypothesis-driven entrepreneurship. How you can have a rapid experimentation of your business, of your idea, and transforming it from an actual idea to a real business viability and business idea through iterative interactions with your customers, your users, and external environment. These lean principles and the lean startup approach is widely acknowledged nowadays as a new and rigorous form of entrepreneurship. So we're going to be using a couple of examples. We're going to be dealing a bit with theory and approaches and also work on a case study. During block 2, we're going to make a further step towards what we call business modeling. What is a business model? Why is it important to have a business model? What kind of business models exist nowadays? And the whole idea of a business model is really to picture it more of an orchestra that requires a very good conductor to be able to facilitate and orchestrate and fine-tune the different parts and different components that will show how your venture, how your startup, how your company is creating and is going to create value for the company, for the external environment, for your partners, for your customers, in order to generate all these things and the visions and the strategic intents that they are requested to do so. During block 3, we're going to make a deeper dive towards the key components of a business model. What is business model innovation? And we're going to be using different tools, for example, the Lean Canvas and the Business Model Canvas, two very, very acknowledged and accredited tools nowadays to show and play together among the different components, how they interrelate, how they interact. We'll see the interdependencies and all these transactional elements around how business models transform our industries nowadays. During the 4th block, further down towards the exploitation phase, because so far we've been discussing things around the exploration phase, we're moving into the exploitation phase and the actual business planning, where we discuss the key elements of the importance of a business plan, why we need to have a business plan, who has a business plan, who reads a business plan, for example. And a business plan is not only about startup entrepreneurship, it's all about corporate entrepreneurship, it's all about any kind of potential venture you want to start, a project, a research project. If you want, for example, to apply for a grant, you need some sort of a business plan. So we're going to go into a deep dive into the key elements, what to be careful, what kind of things to put together, what mistakes not to do, and what traps to avoid, and also what red flags to be careful of. And we're going to also have a bit of a workshop around how to pitch a business plan, how to communicate all these things you want to share and say to your investors, to your partners, to your competitors, to your employees, to the external world in general, and how to be able to prepare for such kind of an event. During the final block, which is block 5, you're going to have your group presentations. We're going to talk a bit later about the assignments. And we're going to make also a bit of an approach towards maturity, growth. We're going to talk about exit, what kind of strategies to think about, when you're going to go for financing, when to go to a bank, when you go to a VC, when to approach business angels or angel investors, what kind of tools to use, what kind of approaches to use, and we're going to also make a final approach towards what we've learned throughout these 5 blocks. So this is in very short information what this whole unit is about and what this learning experience is about. Part of this approach is also to bring guest speakers on board, so on every single block we're going to have one guest speaker from the industry who is going to share with us information, who's going to share with us insights, fresh ideas, is going to interact with you, be able to ask questions, network, and really use this time for you to get outside of your comfort zone, get outside of your own mental model, and talk to other people from outside of university, listen, interact, and really use this time to build your social network and social capital. In general, the attitude of this unit is really built on you, and where I see my role is really to orchestrate and facilitate this knowledge flow of information. My approach is not to teach you knowledge, but to be able to put together different pieces and see and help you guide through a roadmap of knowledge and experience, and also create this experiential learning approach. That's where we're going to be having lots of group activities in class and outside of class. I'll be giving you different tools to experience and experiment with. We're going to be having, as I said, guest speakers, case studies. So it's not going to be just a single-sided approach, but it's going to be a multifaceted, very interactive and very experiential way of learning. Since we're in an academic environment, we have to do some assignments. So for this particular unit and this particular cohort, we have 4 assignments: group assignments and individual assignments. Let's start with the individual assignment. The individual assignment has 2 components. The first one is a domain knowledge report, where you are requested to submit it just at the beginning of the first block. The idea behind this domain knowledge report, as you will see it and you will read it in the assessment items document, is partially or more partially linked to the group assignment. It will, in this particular class, we're going to be dealing with the wealth management industry as an experiential and, let's say, as an empirical setting. So in your domain knowledge report, you need to show me that you have an understanding of the environment around. For example, what is the wealth management industry? What is the size? Who are the competitors? What are the key trends? Who are the main players globally? And really get the understanding of how this industry helps the economy, how this industry is linked to the economy, and how is everything being put together in order to show this progress and this growth trajectory. The other part of the individual assignment is a case study. This time, this case study will be provided to you. So basically, you have to respond to 4 questions that this case study entails. The idea here with the case study is really to drill down into a specific part of the content that we'll be discussing and apply it within a particular empirical setting. So you have 4 questions to respond, and you have to write it in a form of a report. And again, more details can be provided to you in the assessment items document. For the group assignment now, this is linked to the domain knowledge report. We need to see wealth management industry in relation to technology-enabled business models. As you know, technology plays a very foundational part in nowadays economy. We see, for example, the emergence of artificial intelligence, fintech business models, new entrepreneurial ventures coming in that aim in terms of disrupting the existing financial services sector. So we're taking the wealth management industry, and there you will have to really write a research report on emerging trends within the financial service, within the wealth management industry, emerging business models, what is the role of artificial intelligence, and also how existing incumbents, existing financial wealth management providers can generate a readiness towards this kind of technology-enabled disruption. So it's really your opportunity to use the domain knowledge that you have gained through the individual report and really work together as teams in order to facilitate a very, very rigorous and very, very high quality research based on desk research analysis, secondary data, theories that we've been discussing in class, and any kind of information you can find in all the resources that are available also within the unit, but also in the web or any other sources of knowledge that you wish to refer to. And of course, this will be done in the form of a consulting format. For example, you will assume the role of a team within Galloway Consulting, which has been hired or commissioned by a major wealth management player, and they have been asked to deliver a research report on these issues that I've just discussed with you. And during block 5, which is the final block of our unit, you will be presenting this to the imaginary, let's say, board, and also you will be providing the written report to me. And of course, during the first day, we will be putting together the different groups, and you'll have the chance to meet the other colleagues of yours, mingle, have a chance to discuss and see with whom you feel more comfortable working together in order to facilitate your group assignments. As we speak, the Canvas shell is ready to go live. So I would suggest to really take a moment to go through all the material that is included there. Of course, all material will be simply refreshed and will be updated upon the development of each block. Something very nice that we'll be having in this unit is the use of newsletters. It will be a weekly newsletter that will be sent to all of you either before or after the block. I haven't made up my mind yet, where we're going to have other sources of knowledge, some tools, some videos for you to refer to at your own pace and at your own time. It's just another way of interacting, and really this is also part of your time to suggest to me tools, to suggest to me videos, books that you would like your colleagues to be communicated with this kind of knowledge. So it's something that I've been doing it for the past 1.5 years now. It has been really, really working, and students really like it. So I'm looking forward to receiving your feedback on that too. So please read the unit outline very, very carefully, because it includes all the necessary information for you to know what the unit is about, how you're going to be marked, how are you going to be graded, what do you need to do in terms of readings, in terms of assignments. Then go to the assessment items document, where you will see exactly the instructions on what each assignment entails. Please also read the marking rubrics for each assignment, because there you will see exactly the marking criteria included for each particular assignment and how you're going to be graded for each particular assignment. And also remember that for each block we have a dedicated number of readings, all accessible through Swinburne Library. You've got the links, so please make sure you have read all the readings before coming to class during each block. To that respect, I'd like to thank you again for having chosen this unit, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all on the first block of venture planning starting in October at Pitcher Partners. Till then, take care. Please get in touch if you have any if you have any questions or if you need any clarifications. There will be a Q&A session next Monday around 8:30 through Canvas, where I'll be live and you can ask me questions, you can have clarifications, you can even start just simply introduce yourself. And I'm looking forward again to seeing you all during our first block. In the meantime, take care and all the best. Bye-bye.